Hello and welcome, guys, to a brand new episode of the Magicman pod. Once again, here with me, Magicman, and my friend Joe Saladi over here.
Hello everyone.
Finally, Joe Saladi has come in front of the camera once again. When was the last time you were on? Episode
been a while.
16, 15, something like that, right?
Yeah, it's been a while.
काफी टाइम हो गया इसको भी और गिरीश को भी. इवन ही हैज बीन मिसिंग फॉर लाइक 7-8 एपिसोड्स. एक्चुअली उसी के साथ ही एपिसोड होना था बट ही couldn't make it due to some commitments. कुछ शादी वादी में उसको जाना पड़ रहा है आजकल ज़्यादा, which is I guess a blessing in disguise. To eat free food at the wedding, like yeah, I'm sure you'll leave any kind of podcast sitting for that. So guys, this is going to be an episode in which we'll talk about, or at least I'll be talking about mostly my experiences. Abhi, I just attended the ADCC Asia Trials, Asia and Oceania Trials, in which some of the best grapplers from the Asian circuit and from the Australian circuits came together under one roof and competed for a spot at the ADCC World Championships in their respective weight divisions, and it was a great experience overall. So I'll talk in much more elaboration about that. And I'll just talk about my experience of visiting Bangalore for the camp, then subsequently Singapore itself, and Thailand. Okay, so all of these places were really, really special. I enjoyed it because I visited Singapore and Thailand for the first time anywhere else in Southeast Asia, apart from India and Nepal. So yeah, it was a good 15 days. Very fast-paced 15 days.
Feels longer.
It felt longer, no?
Yeah.
Same. Even I thought, like, I think I missed this setup also where we talked. Last podcast I did was with Rohit in Bangalore.
Yeah.
But that was not this setup. So
Yeah.
it feels like we are sitting down for a podcast after almost a month now. And probably it has been a month, नहीं?
Yeah. With
अपना एक बार YouTube देखना कितने last podcast कब आया था? The Magicman pod.
12
Last
days
one,
ago.
3 weeks ago. Episode 20 आया था with Punajit. Damn.
उससे पहले मतलब
So we are consistent. I thought we missed for a month. Not bad.
3 weeks and 12 days. So yeah. And look at our podcast, man.
Yeah, we have grown now. At least in number of the videos. How many videos do we have now? 188 subscriber and 43 videos. Guys, I really hate to repeat this a lot because it sounds over promotion. But please, at least 300, 400, 500 people watch our podcast on an average basis. But we have just 188 fucking subscribers, you know. The math does not math. So please, right now, do not move forward with this podcast. Just pause it right now if you want. But just click that subscribe button right now. We at least need to cross 200 by the end of this episode or whenever this releases.
We have crossed a milestone 10,000 views though.
Damn, 10,000 views. Is it like 10,000 different people who have watched us, or?
Yeah. That's what
Wow.
it means.
Wow. Why do people even listen to us? 10,000 people.
This is the total time they've watched us. 800 hours. But that's the amount of people.
828 hours. How many hours of content have we produced till now?
Well, if it must be, of course.
Like we have 21 podcasts, right?
Yeah.
On an average 21 hours then?
Of course. Minimum 21 hours.
21 hours.
But it would be around 30-40 hours.
Insane. Yeah, we have shot for like around 30 hours, but the average video length is 21 hours.
Nice.
So 21 episodes down. This is the 22nd one, guys. Once again, welcome back. Let me start with Joe first because I'll be talking a lot in this episode. Joe,
Yeah.
what has been up with your life? I see that you are very cheerful when you walked in here today to shoot this. So what's happening? Even if you don't want to elaborate everything, just give us a hint of where you are. How's it going?
The hint is I'm feeling very cold. It's a very cold time.
Guys, the winters are here. I'm just not wearing a jacket right now because I wanted to flaunt this sexy Thailand t-shirt that I brought. You can see that elephant in the center. It also says Thailand over here, so that I'm not lying. But yeah, it's a pretty cool t-shirt, and the color, the vibe and everything was matching Thailand.
Did you get this in a street vendor in the street markets?
Actually, I searched for, unfortunately I couldn't find street vendors. I did not go to the specific places which were like too touristy, like Patong Beach and all. but I couldn't find like random street vendors. We went through car, we were moving around. I tried to find like even one of those street vendors which you'll find in India like very commonly, especially
Yeah.
like in these Delhi areas. But here I couldn't. So I actually searched on Google, found a spot. It was a cool area where this shop was, and they had some good stuff. So I got like 3 T-shirts, and
Nice.
it was like super cheap.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mention too much because it would show overly cheap clothing on my part, but it was very cheap on your budget.
I had
So-
bought this shirt this long, very awesome tribal shirt, 400 baht from a street market, and then one of my bitch ass girlfriend stole it, and I still miss that shirt.
Stole it or
वही
you
ना वो
just
borrow करते
gave
फिर
it and
साले
did not
देते
come
नहीं
back? There should be like a pact before every relationship starts. Whatever clothes we borrow, just the clothes, because you
Yeah.
don't want other like gifts and everything. Whatever you're given, that's gone, that's done. But sometimes you miss your clothes, man.
Yeah, वैसे भी the gifts they have given are now worse. You don't want them in the house, right?
Yeah.
कपड़े दे दो मेरे.
That's true. That's true. What is the gift that you got in a relationship? What is the most precious gift that you got
That I don't like anymore.
and that you threw away? Yeah.
Oh yeah, there are a few things. There are a few things.
What is that?
चल छोड़ो. What if my girl watches this?
Does she watch it? Is she a,
No, but if अगर एक बार ना ऐसा हुआ है कि I still don't know if this.
So
really
why would she
happened.
feel offended on this? This was all in the past. Now you guys are something else.
I don't know. Like ऐसा कभी हुआ है कि maybe I gave her something and maybe
It was a return gift.
हाँ like I told her कि ये तो आपने देना मेरे को and apparently उसने नहीं दिया था. So someone has from past had given. So she has been very like the look she gives I don't want to see that.
That's offensive for sure. Like if you're not unsure about what you got from where,
Yeah. So I don't risk with that. कि ठीक है इसे मैं नहीं जा रहा.
let's not end your career before it starts.
Exactly.
So coming back to the topic, what else has been going on?
I would say this much because this much I would like to say to the public. Last few months have been a time of good self-esteem, you know. And for a man, it's been very simple. For me, it's very simple. If I can take care of some of my people, मेरे को बहुत अच्छा लगता है. Because that's the zone I am at least. Survival mode में हूँ, right? So I really care about something. So the last few months I've been able to. My younger brother, he also wanted a gig. So in Upwork I kind of got him one. So that kind of is working towards my self-belief. And Joseph is not a dumb kid, you know. So that's a good part. And of course I'm doing certain things. एक story बन रही है. मैं तब बताऊंगा जब हो जाएगा. But अगर हो गया तो बहुत interesting story है. And here's the thing. The thing I'm doing. At least 100 people every day look at it and say, यार कितना पैसा बनाता होगा हम क्यों नहीं करते? But nobody fucking does it.
Bro, are you selling drugs? क्या कर रहा है?
Drugs तो नहीं.
Underground तूने कुछ darknet mention किया था, so maybe online drug sales.
Means
You are even dressed like a drug lord today, like a fucking mafia guy.
Did some shopping. Have money to shop now. तो वो भी अच्छा चल रहा है. And Sunday she wants to take me again. तो we might go tomorrow.
कहाँ जा रहे हो Sunday को?
दोबारा ऐसे 2-3 मार्केट जाएंगे. But I need to get jeans. So once I wear jeans, my next podcast outfit is already ready.
Damn. Look at us, bro. Peasants sitting in joggers and t-shirts. Yeah, cool, bro. That's great that you are reaping some rewards of the hard work that you are doing.
Yeah, it's been a while and now I feel.
You have been living in US time zone for a while. So.
हाँ. वो तो अभी भी चल रहा है. रात को I'll wake up in the night 4 o'clock, look at my phone, text back and go back to sleep. And thankfully this guy is not that serious. इसको ADCC.
Have we talked about what you're doing with this guy?
In the podcast. So I think I can share it. इसको पता नहीं लगेगा. But he has ADHD. So he gets distracted. Now he एक leadership role में है. So I am supposed to kind of text him on his iWatch or on his calendar कि this is your tasks. And the deal was कि I will Zoom call him and मैं Zoom call में बैठे बैठे काम करेगा. So I'll help him that way. But एक ही Zoom call हुआ है.
Just one Zoom call?
In 1 month.
Yeah. When you told me that Zoom call thing, I thought it was some kind of creep or like pervertness on his part. He wants to watch a guy sitting in front. But as you said, it was more to hold him accountable. Basically, you are like an online personal assistant.
हाँ.
You are just telling him what the next task is, keeping him efficient.
With this slight twist कि I need to be a bit more patient with him because वो 8 दिन मेरे का रिप्लाई नहीं करेगा.
Right.
फिर 9वें दिन बोलेगा तेरा इनवॉइस भेज रहा हूँ मैं. ठीक है. You sure?
Right. Because of his ADHD issue, he
हाँ
demands these special
हाँ
things.
हाँ हाँ. The only thing I need to make sure is nobody should know. I guess in America it's बस वो छुपाना चाहता है ये बात. So I use VPNs and all these things.
That's why he has outsourced this work also to you.
हाँ हाँ.
Has he ever asked for like very basic things like nudes? What if he does that? Will you just excuse him because he's ADHD or
You
something?
see, now my mind is so immoral. I'll probably download someone and send it. Those पैसे
Yeah,
देते रहे.
he doesn't know who you are, right?
As long as the money is coming to you. तू खुश रहा है. उसको भी मैं दे दूँगा कुछ. तू भी ले ले. I'll probably hire a guy. Your job is to give me nudes for the next 6 months.
You'll outsource your own work.
तो
Holy
की
shit.
ऑफ एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप यही है ना, तुम खाली बैठो, लोग काम कर रहे हैं एक दूसरे में.
That's true.
That is
That's
the
true.
best case scenario, bro.
Yeah.
So you've gone to Bangalore, then
So
Singapore?
Bangalore, I went like 1 week before the trials. Actually 2 weeks before the trials. 14-15 दिन पहले. I left on 15th. Trials थे 23rd को. So yeah, 1 week before the trials. My math is bad, sorry. So I went there just to train with this gang at IJJ, which is one of the fantastic team in the country. I got to meet Rohit Vasudevan, who I did a podcast with. He's the head coach at IJJ. Again, a very, very popular coach in the south of India. Very successful team that they run. And they had like 3 people competing from their own team.
did they have any success?
So yes, Dibuk from their team, he won the first match.
Nice.
He lost the second one. But rest of us, yeah, we fell in the first battle itself, unfortunately. So here's what was very interesting leading up to the ADCC. This guy, so there's this guy called Isaac Michel. Okay, he's one of the top grapplers in the world right now.
Isaac Michel.
Isaac Michel. BJJ लिख दे. BJJ वाले लोग इतने पॉपुलर नहीं होते कि उनका नाम डायरेक्ट आ जाए. हाँ. So this guy is super strong, super buffed, one of the most talented jiu-jitsu athlete in the world right now. Just look at this first video of his. I shared it on Instagram. So look at his move level and the way he changed the moves. It's insane. And he is also like someone who is very young, and he was a prodigy under Craig Jones.
Okay.
Now he's no longer with them, but he is also an Australian. So he was eligible to compete in the trials for his spot in the ADCC Worlds.
Okay.
So this guy comes to the trial with a mindset that I'm going to show you guys that you are not on my level. There is a level of jiu-jitsu in the world right now, and Asian jiu-jitsu, Australian jiu-jitsu is not at that level yet. And he came to prove that. So this guy you are watching, this could have been me.
Oh.
Because in the first bracket reveal, my first match was with Isaac. I was paired with Isaac. And it was funny because a lot of people were texting me, my good friends, and they were like, yeah, bro, you got this. Like all the things that friends do, right? They'll be trying to pump you. But you also know at some point, ki, bro, rehne do, ye kuch zyada ho gaya. Like, it's not like, it's like you going to compete in your first tournament of some consequence, and you get paired against, let's say, if you are playing cricket, you get paired against fucking Sachin Tendulkar to bowl at. So obviously not calling him Sachin Tendulkar because there are many more greats, but that's the extent of the possibility of me winning against this guy was. So it was very sweet of people to send those messages. It got annoying at times as well when they're like, "Ha, bro, just believe in yourself." I was like, "Believe se ghanta hota hai kuch." You need to have the skill set as well.
This fucker's believing himself too.
Yeah. He is believing in a lot of things other than himself also. So yeah, he just came and then murdered people, like just destroyed them. The guy he's fighting right now was the trials champion last time. And look at how juiced up and roided that guy is. He's a black belt for 20 years.
Yeah.
So insanely talented himself, and he just ragdolled him in the finals to earn his spot in the ADCC Worlds. So fortunately what happened was bracket got reshuffled like 2 days before the tournament, and this time I was paired up with a guy called Kaya Rudolph. And he's also a very popular guy now because he trains at B Team with Greg Jones. He has been
Okay.
training and preparing for last 2 years. And before that, he used to train with Lachlan Giles, who is one of the top. He's basically one of the coaches of Greg Jones himself, and Lachlan Giles, and he was his student back then. And super gumby, super flexible, like good competitor. But at least the shock was less because now I was not going against Isaac, so I had some chance, like much better chances in the whole world that got improved. And actually, getting the match with him was a really big confidence booster because I got to see कि I can be in the same room with these guys. Or I can be on the same mats with these guys. Because when I was grappling him, it did not feel like I was completely outclassed. He was really good. His movements were as you would expect a high level guy to have. But it was not like I was completely like out of my place. I was at point. The match starts. We try to wrestle. He's also a guard puller. He's also someone who has taken up wrestling very recently. Same for me for past 2 years, and just the difference is that he got access to very high level training partners and coaches in his pursuit. And he was also someone who competed at 77 kg. He was also coming to 88 kg by gaining weight. So he was not someone who was cutting from 99 and coming. So we both were like physically also very similar in size. So all of those factors remained same. And yeah, the match itself was pretty short. It was a 6 minute match, but I think we ended it in like 3 minutes. And we start wrestling. Am I getting ahead of myself here? Or should I continue the Bangalore? Anyways, I'll finish this.
I want to know.
So,
That was my next question anyway. कि हुआ क्या फिर?
so we start wrestling, and I use this collar tie snap thing that I do a lot, which just fatigues people. It's a great thing to do whenever you get a collar tie on someone. Just start to snap their head hard and quick, fast. And I start to do that. At some point, I win a double collar tie, which is a strong grip, and from with that, I start to snap his head down, and I see him in that moment, feeling of he has got beaten in the hand fight. But then what happens is he cuts an angle, he pushes me, and then immediately runs towards my back. Okay, and in that second, I had an option of employing a whizzer and then defending the back take, making it more of a judo battle, and then work from there. But then I was like, no, I want him to take my back because I want to hit a foot trip that I've practiced a lot. So I wanted him to run towards my back, and as soon as he arrives, I would just turn and do a foot sweep, which is a very successful one if you're not aware. And I do that, and I hit him with it. But as he was falling with that foot sweep, he jumps towards my back. So it's difficult to explain, but basically we both were standing. He runs towards my back, towards a rear body lock, and I lean forward. I extend my foot back, trying to trip him in the direction that he is moving. And as we both fall and roll, he jumps on my back to complete a back take. But I re-roll in order to prevent the second hook from coming in, and then I immediately start posturing up. So he ends up on my back with one hook, and I'm trying to prevent his second hook from coming in, and I'm in a turtle posture. So from there, I practice that position a lot of preventing the second hook. It's one of the main things that you have to get good at in ADCC to prevent scoring. I prevent the second hook from coming in. That forces him on the bottom of the close guard. From there, regular competitor, people who I roll with on a general basis, they would just stop, reset, and then start to attack. A high level competitor, what he does is he immediately from that angle, because one of my hand was still trapped, he starts going for an armbar. Immediately connects that position to an armbar. Fortunately, I was aware. I was a little bit focused. I see that attempt coming. I immediately posture up, pull my hands out. Immediately, he switches to legs because I postured out. My legs were exposed. Switches to my legs. I get my legs free, and I immediately surprise him with a north-south pass. Then I start passing because people who are super flexible, you usually can't go through their guard immediately because they are so good at just swinging their legs in front of you that you want to always move towards their head and pass from a north-south position, because there they will have to throw their legs backwards over their head, which will prevent which will make more options available for you, like a back take or something. So I go to north-south, I start to throw his legs away aggressively, I start to pass the guard, and in all of this, just 2 minutes have passed. Right in that moment, I have this realization ki, why am I being so aggressive? Why am I uh, why am I rushing this so much? At the same time, I have the second realization, oh fuck, I'm about to pass his guard.
Okay.
He's one of the best guys in the division, one of the prospects to win this division, and I'm passing his guard. And he is supposed to have one of the best guards in the division. So this is kind of a success for me. And while I'm thinking both of that, this is called the loss of focus. I become a little bit relaxed, and I allow him to and I try to pass on the other side actually. So as I was trying to pass the north south, he brought his legs in, and what you have to do is you have to convert it into a scoop grip, and then you have to pass on the opposite side. Gordon did this in ADCC as well. So I try to do that, and in that process, he entangles my leg, one of the leg. But it was still good because the leg was not in an immediate danger. He tries to go for a outside ashi, leg entanglement, which was totally fine for me because I was confident in my leg lock escapes. And then from there, he tries to control my leg, tries to go for outside heel hook. I prevent that by posturing into him, pressuring into him. And then I feel like I'm so much in control of the match. I start covering his face just to annoy him from getting away from my leg. I start covering his face, doing all those tactics, which is totally fair, by the way. I do not think of it as a dick move. It's totally fair. And he realizes, okay, now he has to do something like drastic because till now he has not succeeded in all of the attacks that he has had. And he starts to transition from outside ashi to a cross ashi. Now, as I said, I've been practicing leg lock escapes a lot. I was very confident in that. So I was like, okay, cross ashi, go for it. I will immediately start to roll out and escape. So as soon as he goes to the cross ashi, I thumb post at his leg. Do immediately hit a roll, which prevents him from getting to my heel. But now it's me who is on who is on the defense, right? Earlier he started with his offense. I defended and countered. Then he got to his offense again. Then I defended and countered again. So that pattern was building up where he was attacking and then I was countering. I countered earlier with a foot sweep. I countered later with a passing attempt. And finally I was in the same mindset because he had my heel. I was like, okay, let me take a second here and just look at his foot as well. And that was a mistake because you never want to counter leg locker, especially in your first match where you are still not very fluid. It will take you some time to get warmed up and all those things, right? And that was my mistake. Probably he was more experienced in that position. I stopped for 1 second and I tried to attack his foot with a counter toe hold. And in a second, I feel that he has snatched my heel. Okay. And he snatches my heel and immediately starts applying the heel hook pressure. And I hear 3 pops. Put. And unfortunately, it was the same foot that I had gotten injured with the foot lock like 3 weeks back. Right? So I hear the pops and I'm like, okay, the pops are in the ankle. And for a second, I was like, let it be. I don't care about the ankle. I'll just start escaping the position. But as I try to do that, I realized that the heel is caught very, very tight. And if he applies another hip pressure, if his hip moves like 3 inches forward more, then next time the pressure will be on my knee, which I did not want to get messed with because, again, knee surgeries are way too painful, way too time consuming, and way too expensive. And you don't want to take those risks for medal in the first round. So then I tabbed, and that was the story of my only match. It was just 3 minutes, but as I said, the learning was a lot. First and the biggest point was I felt that confidence that I can be with these guys on those mats. Okay, doesn't matter even if they are world class. I can be there. Second and biggest thing was pacing. Like, how do I pace myself in a competition is way different than the training sessions.
Yeah.
Because in training sessions, the factors are different, the people that you're rolling with is different.
Yeah.
It's very, very different. It's you have to compete many more times at many more bigger stages to gain that kind of confidence to compete.
Yeah.
So that was the two biggest takeaways. And the third one was to not lose focus.
Yeah.
Because, and again, that also comes from competing a lot because now you are hyper aware in those moments.
Yeah.
Whereas when you start to feel these nerves, when you start to feel these emotions mid match, there are no roles of emotions in the match. And that will come with practice.
Yeah.
It can't come directly. So, yeah, competition wise, great experience. Loved it. I also got to meet Craig Jones.
Ah, okay.
So I did not take pictures with any of these guys, but I saw Craig Jones. I saw Joseph Chen.
Okay.
I saw Kenta Iwamoto. Kenta also won his division. I saw Bobby Sandhu, who is a Indian Australian grappler,
Okay.
who also trains at B Team. So most of these guys who we see on B Team YouTube channel, we saw them live there. So it was kind of surreal also. So Craig Jones ka bada funny tha. So he was, so look at that hat that he is wearing in the right picture.
This one?
This is the one hat that he was wearing in
Okay.
the tournament. So he was just chilling, hanging around, supporting his teammates, coaching people. So I saw him on the day of weigh-ins. So the weigh-ins happened like one day before. And okay, I'll tell you my weigh-in story also after this. So what happened was I was just walking around. I had made weight and I was just about to move. And I was with Devesh. And Devesh says, "Bro, Craig Jones." And I was just standing like in the auditorium. I did not know if he was even there. So he said Craig Jones. I was like, Craig Jones ने message किया था कि he's not there. So I don't think he's coming. So I turn and I start to walk. As I walk, वो होता ना कि sometimes even if the person is there, you don't know he's there because your mind cannot process and recognize him that he's there. As I walk for like 3 seconds, my brain starts to process that image and that surreal feel goes away, and then I see the blur going out and I see Craig standing there with fucking Joseph Chen on the side with this hat, this Kazaki hat that they were wearing, and they're just chilling, moving around, and I was like, damn, this is the guy who we watch on YouTube every day. So that time I didn't even have the confidence to just go and say hi to him. The next day when he was chilling with Bobby Sandhu and all these guys who I'm much more comfortable talking with, I went to Bobby. I started talking to him first. I said, "Hey bro, what's up?" When I have matches and all that. And then Craig was also on the side. I was like, "Hey Craig, nice hat." that was my greatest one-liner. He was like, "Thanks, man." So that was my whole interaction with Craig Jones. Later on, I caught him eating pizza with Robert Deagle, who is another good friend of mine. So Robert just gave him a slice of nice pizza, and then I was like, damn, I should get him a pizza slice also. I can also talk with him.
Nice.
So yeah, got to see some of those jiu-jitsu celebrities like him. So good experience, man, overall. I wouldn't say that you never learn from these experiences. You definitely learn. But yeah, coming back to weight cut. Let's go back now a little bit.
Hello guys, we're back. Yes.
Very aggressive back. Okay, so let me tell you about my weight cut story after the Craig Jones meeting
Yeah.
story. Sorry, cut that. So, have you ever done any kind of weight cut in your life?
Not yet. I mean, I've done weight cut, but over a period of like months, 6-8 months.
Like the healthy way to do
Healthy
it,
way,
right? Good. Have you fasted ever?
I have fasted, yeah, but maybe 6 times in my life.
6 times. How does it feel when you're fasting?
Food is my source of joy.
Right? So imagine fasting is in itself so annoying,
Yeah.
and then you are fasting while your body is in a rehydrated state, where you have cut weight like 2 to 3 kgs, which is like 6 pounds almost.
Yeah.
So it's a very nasty experience in general, right? And sadly, in jiu-jitsu, 2 to 3 kgs is nothing. Fighters will laugh at me when I say that. But because these fighters cut crazy amount, 10 kgs, 8 kgs, which is just very scary also for the body to get depleted of that much. There are fighters like Alex Pereira. I was listening to Joe Rogan and Daniel Cormier's podcast yesterday. He was telling how people cut like 15 kg of weight on the fight day.
15 kg.
Yeah, on the weigh-ins day, 15 kg of weight cut.
Does not sound
And it's hellish. Like you'll see how people are wrapped around in like mummy, becoming a mummy. They are going into sauna. They are doing all the weight cut, modern processes, right? So yeah, look at that picture where he's inside that tent that they create. They'll just bury you in this tent, and now you're sweating profusely inside, and then they'll bury you with these towels. It's insane. Look, that plastic wrap and everything. So, anyways, coming back to my story, I had 3 kgs to lose on the day that we were to board flight. And next day was the weigh-ins in the morning at 8 a.m.
And this is a flight from India to.
Yes, this is the flight from Bangalore to Singapore.
Yeah.
Okay. So, first of all, it's an international flight. I was anyways apprehensive कि international flight लेना 5 से 6 घंटे in the flight without eating, without drinking and being dehydrated is going to be worse. So I was mentally preparing myself. But I was like, if I cut the weight, after that, I have to just like endure it for next 10 to 12 hours and then I'll be fine. Once I give in the weight, I'll just rehydrate properly and then I'll be good. So, but the key detail in that was that I have to cut the weight.
Of course.
Okay, 3 kgs. And 3 kgs is something which I did not want to cut by doing cardio because that will just fatigue you a day before the match. And then your body cannot recover so fast where your muscles will be at their prime stage, you know. So I was like, I'll go to sauna. I'll find a sauna where you have to just go inside a room where they preheat it and you'll just sweat for duration of 20 to 25 minutes. Then you go back out, wipe down all the sweat, then you go back in again, rinse and repeat this process. And you'll be cutting 2 to 3 kgs easily. Okay. So that was my backup. That was my real plan. No backup. Okay. So the only flaw in that plan was that when I tried searching for good sauna places nearby, I couldn't find one.
This is in Bangalore.
This is in Bangalore. I was trying to search for sauna places, and most of those sauna places were advertised that they were in these spas.
Yeah.
But most of the spas, when I call them, they say ki they do not have sauna. When I tried to reach to some of these spas, it turned out that these were those massage spas, massage parlors, those shitty red line spas, which you don't want to be at, and very shady places, right? So by 12 p.m. that day, on the day that we had to catch the flight in the evening, I was panicking because I had not cut the weight, and I was like, what's the next step? So then I go on to the best friend that we have, the internet, and then I search ki how the hell do I cut 3 kg of weight in a matter of couple of hours. Okay, because after that it was the flight, and then Singapore, if you go, the weigh-ins are early in the morning, 8 a.m., then it will be difficult to find a sauna.
Yeah.
So I search, and there's a method which comes up which is called the salt bath. Okay. Apparently it is also a very popular method. I'd never done it.
I'm suddenly very interested in the story.
Yes. So salt bath is basically you take a bathing tub, you fill it with very, very warm water, like hot water, I would say, where you would feel like uncomfortable, but it won't burn your skin.
Okay.
And then you put Epsom salt into the water, and then how it works is that you put your body in that water full of Epsom salt, and because of osmosis, due to difference in the difference in the saturation of water with the salt, and your body, the water from your body will seep out and go into the tub. So you will lose water very, very quickly from your body in this process. Okay.
That's so crazy.
And that's the science behind it. But I had never done it, so I was like, "What the fuck? How am I going to do this?" So what I did was I called my friend Devesh, and I remembered that he had a bathtub in his home,
Okay.
and it was not even in his room; it was in his friend's room. And fortunately, his friend was out of town.
Okay.
So I called him. I was like, "Bro, I'm coming to your place. I'll just fill your friend's bathtub, and then I'll do the weight cut there."
Yeah.
He was like, "Cool." I go there. We heat the water. We figure out a way to stop the drainage of the water so that we can sustain the water level. And then I was not sure ki how much salt do I need to put. I was like, do chutki, kitna, how much is enough? Then I was like, fuck this shit. I ordered like 2 packets already, not knowing how much will I need. I take a whole packet and I just run it through the garden. I just throw all of it. And the water was fucking hot, bro. Like, I was like, is it even healthy for me or not? Like, so hot water in this. Then I sat in there, put in a podcast, started listening to it. I quickly realized that was a mistake. While cutting water, listening to a fucking person talking is the worst thing that you can do. Rather, I should have put music.
Yeah.
But I wanted to do two 20-minute shift of it. So first 20 minutes I had to endure just fucking going mad, sweating and feeling. And as your body loses a lot of water in a
Yeah.
quick succession, it will make your heartbeat go up.
Hmm.
So your heart starts racing. You're like, oh fuck, is it advisable to do? And I remember the person who advised it in the comments, one of the guys wrote, whenever you're doing this, have someone supervising you. Otherwise, you can sometimes lose consciousness. And that was playing in my mind because Devesh was doing his packing everything in the other room, and I locked the doors and I was just chilling, and the heart was racing. So I was like, fuck, what if I just pass out right now? So fortunately, I didn't. 20 minutes after I checked my weight, 1.5 kg gone.
Nice. That worked.
Now,
Okay.
20 minutes more remaining.
Okay.
I this time fortunately put like some soothing music, and then I go in 20 minutes. You know, the most annoying thing that happens whenever you do ice cold baths or whatever is sometimes you place something which will not let you see the timer. And watching the timer is kind of a mental a thing of mental peace.
Yeah.
You can keep saying, oh, only 5 minutes remaining, oh, only 10 minutes remaining. Otherwise, it feels like it's just infinite because
Yeah.
you lose the perception of time in those moments when your body is just suffering, right?
Yeah.
And this time, unfortunately, I kept my towel right in front of the phone. I was like, oh, fuck. Now I don't even know. I can just see like the seconds on the clock. I can't see the actual minutes. And fortunately, I got that over with. When I came out, measure myself, I was on the weight. I was 500 grams less. I was 87.5.
Nice.
I had to be 88, under 88. I was 87.5. But as soon as I stepped out of the bath, washed myself and wore my clothes, went back to the room. I remember I ordered something, and they were said, "Can you get it?" I stand up from the sofa. I go to get it. I open the door. The guy is handing me the stuff, and I blank out there while standing for 10 seconds. I feel like I'm about to fall. I'm about to fall. Like वो जो होता है चक्कर आना और ऐसा गिरने वाला. I felt that, and this poor guy who was delivering me stuff, he just sees me about to collapse for 10 seconds, frozen in time. He's like, what the fuck happened to this guy? And then after 10 seconds, I finally come back to senses. I'm like, oh shit, bro, I almost collapsed there. And I received, that guy was just so confused, he just goes away. What the fuck happened? So yeah, that happened there, and then I was like, I need to eat something at least, otherwise this is unsustainable because I had to travel, right? I told you that you had to travel, you had to go catch the bus, then you had to catch the flight. So I ate some food, thinking that even if I'm like a kg over, I'll cut it tomorrow. Fortunately, I maintained the weight throughout, and This is a funny thing, okay? So on the day of the veins, we all are in the line to vein, in the long queues to vein. And you are just seeing all these guys who you see in the Asian circuit competing here and there. Everyone, some guy was standing right in front of me who I had seen on YouTube.
Yeah.
Some guy, Jeremy Paulskin, a very popular competitor from Australia. I saw him next to me in the line. I'm like, damn, all these guys are around me. Is this for real? Damn, I'm really at this place finally. And I go for my weight. There were two scales. So one scale is where you can just weigh in with your regular clothes, or like if you can take your pants off, you can take your shirt off. But let's say if you want to lose that extra 100 grams, and if you need to take off your underwear as well, they'll send you behind the curtains. Okay. So I was 100 grams exactly off, and I had taken off my shirt and my trousers. So they are like behind the curtain, bro. So I was like, damn, I'll have to get naked. So I go behind the curtain, and I was not ready for it. Okay. So in my mind, I was not ready for it. As soon as I enter, I thought even behind the curtain, somebody might be holding a towel or something, so that you at least don't see people naked. I walk in, and I see this motherfucker just standing with his dick out, standing on a scale. And I was just caught in shock for a second. What the fuck?
And people are watching. Like,
No,
people can
so it is
watch.
behind the curtains, right? So nobody
Acha,
can
acha,
watch.
acha.
Only the guy who is taking the weight there, and
And you.
coach or whatever, whoever is there. Yeah. So I go in and I see this guy fucking stark naked right in front of me. I was just caught in shock for a second.
He's a white looking dude.
Yeah, he was an Australian guy.
Somehow it's kind of normal for them.
I think they go to beaches a lot, nude beaches and everything.
Like, even as I told you, right, when I was in Germany, kundi culture ही नहीं है. So I was like, don't you guys see each other taking shower shitting by mistake? Yeah, we do. Is that not a problem? Apparently, no.
Yeah, in a lot of US gyms as well, like they have open showers. So they have just probably a curtain separating you, or not even a curtain sometimes. Everyone will just walk in butt naked, and yeah, very weird. But it was right in front of me, and I was like, damn.
Like that guy would look at us and be like, इसमें गलत क्या है?
That's true. It's just a body, but we're just not used to it. That's the thing. So I walk in, and then I was like, damn, even I have to get naked now. But I step on their scale, and fortunately, I was on weight.
अच्छा.
So there was like some discrepancy on the scales going on or whatever, on the surface where they were taking the weight. This scale I step on, I am dot 88 kg on
Or
weight.
that scale someone purposely
Whoever wants to see guys naked, right?
some asshole is in the company.
Perverted officials. So yeah,
You have to get naked.
I did not have to get naked. I got that free show.
Yeah. The one time I had to get naked is when I went to a doctor, like, to just get myself checked out. And
What?
हाँ, I remember. तो मैं ऐसे बैठा हूँ, डॉक्टर सामने बैठा, डॉक्टर टेंशन मतलब मैं डॉक्टर हूँ, right? तो he somehow made me comfortable. There's a second door behind me. ये door में आया हूँ. This door opens and this female cleaner is coming in. डॉक्टर कह रहे मताओ patient है. She's walking in, वो बहस करिए. फिर डॉक्टर कह रहे मताओ patient. Then he shouts, "अरे patient है." I'm here with my dick out, and there's a lady and a man yelling at each other in. But anyway, I never went back to the doctor.
Oh wow, great privacy. Matao.
मताओ भाई patient है, कितना बार बोला मैंने तुम्हें.
काम कौन करेगा? आपको तो बस टेक्स्ट देखना है.
Man, but that dies for like 3-4 days. Like somehow this hospital was not able to protect it. Like कोई injection डाल रहा है, and I see it, and I'm like, come on. That was not a good day.
Not a good day.
India में तो ना देखो तो better.
What, you would like to see African dicks?
Nah, there's no preference, but it's just like there's definitely a less of a preference, like worse of a
For straight guys, dicks should never be seen without a female body, right? Like in porn also you'll see a dick, but it's along with a female body.
and the
So
POV is over there.
yes, you can choose to focus on it, appreciate it maybe, but then you move on, right? If you see it directly in a video where there is just a man, then you are definitely gay.
Yeah,
Right?
and that's weird also.
Yeah, so
That's a problem.
weird how the thin boundaries are. Remove the woman from that video, you are gay. If the woman is inside, now you are perfectly straight.
Completely fine.
Good job, guys. You saved the day. All right, so let's talk about more about Singapore for a bit. So Singapore, I reached there. First, let me talk about the city, bro. It's the most well planned, well organized city in the entire world, in my opinion. And I've not seen the world, so don't take my opinion. But yeah, it is one of the most organized city that most well planned city that I saw. Each and everything, like the living areas, the metros, the urban areas. I saw actually people adhering to the street crossing lights for the first time.
Oh, okay.
Like where you actually see the signal for walking on the street and then you
Yeah.
walk.
Yeah.
And we all had that Indian instinct to begin with,
Yeah.
where you see that there are nothing coming on the road. Why are people not walking? Just cross the street, right? And that tried to I also tried to cross the road once or twice, but then I saw people just eyeing at me and then they're like,
Yeah.
bro.
Did you have that problem in Singapore where you're standing on the elevator and they're like telling you to stand this side because you know this?
No, that I had studied a lot, well, read a long time ago. So I naturally
Acha.
do that. Even in India,
Yeah.
these assholes will only ruin it for you. Where when you try to walk up and you see people are just standing randomly left, right, left, right, left, right, you can't walk forward.
Yeah.
That will say, excuse me, fucking 15 times as many people are there. But there, I
yeah.
try to be mindful of
I
it.
started doing that once I went there and I learned this when I came back to India. But yeah. But Singapore is the most powerful passport in the world. When I went there, $60 था and Singapore $50 था. So it is actually one of the best countries. You know?
Yeah,
Can
bro.
you imagine that?
One thing which I regretted through the entire trip is how shitty our Indian rupee is versus all these currency.
Yeah.
Like even Thailand, baht is 2.5 times the Indian rupee.
Yeah.
Singapore, how much is Singapore? Can you just check? Singapore dollar is probably 20 Indian rupees or something.
20 or ज़्यादा? Literally 62. Yeah, makes more sense. This was how much dollar was when I went to Singapore and $50 था.
62 Indian rupee. God damn, no wonder.
Now let me show you one more thing. You see this country, Japan, this country, चलो South Korea, Japan का नहीं पता. South Korea का पैसा हमारा उनसे better है. Like their 50,000, their हमारा उनसे better है. Our 1 rupees, their 2-3 rupees. लेकिन उसके बाद भी
What are you saying? South Korea is a much more stronger economy. Just check.
हाँ वही उनका पैसा कम है लेकिन तब भी their
What do they call their currency?
to Korean won.
Won.
So हमारा 1 रुपये उनका 15 रुपये है. But it doesn't matter because when you will everything will be overpriced.
Ha, there everything is in like millions and thousands rupees. Na, ha, makes sense.
Like you'll be spending that much only. But the fact is देखो कुछ countries जिसमें पीछे हैं तो तब भी आगे हैं. Like उसमें लगती है ना थोड़ा.
So funny thing was we tried to save money on the place that we were staying. So me and Devesh we booked stay in these Ibis budget hotels.
अच्छा.
They are like a very popular chain of hotels. They have like the name of the hotel is Ibis Budget. But within that also they have ranked themselves in different type of hotels where there is a pearl, there is a ruby, there is a platinum and things like that, right? But the name of the hotel is Ibis Budget.
Ibis budget okay.
It should be like just the opposite, like Ibis Pearl, Ibis,
Achha,
whatever,
achha.
and then an Ibis Budget, right?
Achha.
But all of their hotels are only called Ibis Budget.
अच्छा, I see.
So our hotel was located, it was cheaper because it was located in a fucking red light area
That's
of the Singapore.
the story.
So
Was it this area? Geelong.
Geylang, yeah, this is the area. So I think everyone from India goes and stays here.
पहले लगता है ना कि यार सस्ता होटल होगा. Then you realize that shit here is the red light.
Geylang. So I did not have the internet over there, right? So at one point I had to go back. I decided to separate from the group. These guys were going. So yeah, this is the funny part which I did not say. I reached to Singapore. We stay 2-3 hours in the airport only because we had like our reservation starting from 12 or 1 p.m. in the afternoon, and we reached there early in the morning at around 4-5. So we decided to just chill there, and Devesh was like, let's sleep for 2-3 hours. I said, okay, let's sleep. So we found a space in the airport only where there were like these big sofas. And there was already a white girl sleeping on one of those sofas.
Okay.
So now it became acceptable for us also to join like on the other sofas.
Yeah.
Because if we would have done it first, it would have been like classic Indian behavior. But now we had someone to
Yeah.
point to. So they were like, "Chalo, yahi pe bag rakh ke so jate hain." So we both slept. I did not get like fine sleep. I was still awake the entire time. They were slept properly. And then within an hour, we see this cop come, airport police.
Acha.
And he's like, "No, you can't sleep here. You can't sleep here. Get up, get up. You can't sleep here." And as he was saying this to the white lady, we were like, I was like, Devesh, let's go. Let's go. It's wake up time. So we wake up and then we leave directly for the place where our veins was.
Yeah.
Okay, we were like, let's go do the veins and then we'll be able to eat, we'll be able to do whatever. We go for the veins place and we find out that these guys haven't updated it on the website or anything, that the veins have been shifted to the evening.
Oh.
So our plan was early in the morning we'll vein and then a whole day we
तो
can.
extend हो गया बहुत.
Yes. So now I was fucking pissed because now I had to stay the same weight, not eat anything, not drink much for next 7 to 8 hours.
Okay.
And rest of these guys were on weight. This is funny, okay. So Devak was on weight, Devesh was on weight, and all these guys were on weight. Somebody suggested ki let's go eat some food. It won't make too much of a difference. Devesh was underweight, so he was like, yeah, let's go, let's go. I was right on that barrier, right? Because during this whole flight and all, I kept drinking water because I was like, I can't keep water too much away from me because I'm getting so dry throat and everything because of dehydration. I kept drinking water. So I knew that I was already on the edge. I was around 88.1, 88.2. But 100, 200 grams is easy to manage. But if I eat something and I gain like a kg or a kg and a half, because when you are in a dehydrated state and when you eat something, your body immediately shoots back your weight, trying to take everything from that food.
Yeah.
So I knew that. So I was like, hey guys, I'll go back to the hotel. I'll just sleep. And then when the time happens, 5 o'clock, I'll just join you guys back here. So they were like, cool, 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 go. But I did not have the internet.
Okay.
So I asked them to just send me a screenshot from metro to the hotel. And I was like, I'll just follow this screenshot and I'll try to find my way. I'll just ask people.
Yeah.
And coming back to this name over here, Gelang, I did not know that it was a red light area then.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, "ठीक है, Gelang, nice name, whatever." So
And the place also looks completely normal.
yeah,
right?
the
साफ
place
सुथरा
looks
है
normal,
एकदम.
साफ सुथरा है. वो बस रात में you'll see the
रात में,
difference.
हाँ, आता है.
So so I go in the I go to the metro station where I had to deboard. I deboard from there. And then I was like, let me just ask people who I meet on the road so that they can just point me in the correct direction because I did not have a sense of direction, right? I can just ask them the points and then that will lead me to it. So then I stop a person and then I ask him, sir, where exactly this Gelang location? And this motherfucker checks me out for 1 second and then he's like, Gelang. Indian. This side. And this happened like twice or thrice because I was trying to just confirm. I just as a pro tip, I never just bank on the direction of one person. I have to verify it for the with the other person because sometimes people will also just by mistake point you the wrong direction, and that will just lead you nowhere. So I asked this girl, and she also gives me this weird reaction, and I was like, "Damn, what is happening?" And then that night I discover, like I did not even know it back then.
How did you discover? Was it?
I just go out. I just go out to have some food.
Yeah.
We got the veins done and everything, and I met Craig Jones and everything. All those things happened.
Yeah.
And then I go back. I was going back to my hotel room in the night after coming from the metro. Then I see there is surprisingly large number of hooker population on the side of the street. And these guys are whistling at you. Actually, being an Indian is a privilege there in these locations.
This was exactly where my hotel was. That building.
Yeah.
Like here, the building right here. और यहाँ पे मैंने देखा था पहले मैं नीचे से देख रहा था.
Yeah. So I think this is where I was staying, bro. This is the Ibis.
Yes.
So
हाँ तो शायद मैं भी उसी में नहीं हाँ.
maybe.
I know this area, yeah.
So, so so I see a surprisingly a lot number of girls out and about and in like outrageous clothing, obviously. So being an Indian is an advantage because they think of you as cheap.
Ah,
And they won't waste their time trying to woo you
okay.
because we have a impression that we always try to negotiate and bargain.
Yeah.
And right beside me, a white guy passed.
Acha.
A white guy, middle aged, like
Acha.
easily
Acha.
48, 50
And
years
has
of
money.
age. I don't know if he has money or not, but he was just passing by,
Acha.
and this girl just waves over to him. This motherfucker, he was walking in a straight line. As soon as he sees that wave, he just sideways moves in a fucking 45-degree angle, goes to that girl, starts hugging around her, and then they start fucking doing their business. I was like, damn.
So that's when you realize, acha.
That's when I realized that sometimes being an Indian is a privilege, that people won't haggle you because they know you'll start negotiating, bargaining with them.
Did they haggle you in Thailand though?
In Thailand, I was not like on the foot mostly. We were traveling through car and we were moving around mostly. We were
I think in
going to
Thailand they will.
and we were going to these restaurant places. We did not go to any of these shady locations.
Yeah.
So I did not. So I did not go to Patong and all these places.
Yeah. When I got this tattoo, there's this one गली बस.
This is from
पूरे गाँव-
Thailand?
हाँ. पूरे गांव में तो हमें टैटू बनाना था तो we had to go to this guy. स्विट्जरलैंड से भाग गया था वो 25 साल की उम्र में. टैटू. So yeah, तो एक ही गली था, वहीं पे सारे पब्स, वहीं पे सारी चीज, और वहाँ पे तो of course
लोग स्विट्जरलैंड से भाग के थाईलैंड में आ रहे हैं.
हाँ, ये बंदा तो भाग गया. I was like, भाई तू स्विट्जरलैंड छोड़ के आता है. And then I think he just wanted to leave the system and everything.
I think now it makes sense though. Now Thailand has become a heaven for people who would just want to move in there, and that is the reason is that now the cannabis have become legalized.
Yeah.
And I used to think earlier कि ठीक है जब legalize हो भी जाता है ना तो it will be still a kind of low key affair, hush hush affair. I walk out of the airport and I start seeing these. Like the first thing these guys do is they make the cab guy stop and they rush to a weed store, get some pot,
Wow.
some good strains, and then we go straight to our room. First order of business is nobody will even take a shower. We'll roll a joint and we'll smoke it. That was pretty crazy, bro.
Oh, nice. I can't wait to go to Thailand to take that.
Bro, it is a heaven right now. I'm telling you. Like, in any kind of place you go, you will have like a weed dispensary showing like 50 different strains of weed.
Nice.
Fortunately, the guy that I was staying with, I don't know if I should name him or not because whatever. So he had a friend who had a marijuana farm.
Nice.
So due to that, he had access to the best quality, best strains,
Was this an indoor-outdoor farm?
outdoor farm.
Okay.
And he had like some of the best. Like I go to his place where he was staying. It was a nice place, by the way. So good job. This guy is just living life in Thailand. So I go there and I see like American OG and all these random strains just thrown around like in packets. He's
Acha.
like, pick one. Like how you are a magician and you ask people to pick a card. Like, pick a strain. I'm like, wow,
Nice.
this is what I needed. I needed
Nice.
some good pot and good training.
Nice, nice, nice.
So yeah, Singapore versus Thailand. Thailand wins hands down.
Yeah.
It's also relatively cheaper. Plus the after a good hard training, the best thing there, a joint along with dab. You know dab, right?
What's that?
The coconut water,
Acha.
the big coconut water,
Acha, acha, acha. I don't remember.
which you drink with straw in.
So the normal coconut water.
हाँ,
Huh.
They call it dab as well, but yeah.
Did you try the mango rice?
I have a mango sticky rice in my fridge right now if you want to eat it.
You don't like it?
I got an extra one.
Oh,
Yeah. So you can have it.
Nice.
Yeah, mango rice is pretty. Just the mangoes also, bro. They have like in Singapore also is pretty cool. Like all these fruit stores, they had peeled mangoes, peeled papayas, like ready to eat fruits. I was like, yes, that is what I'm having for tonight. So Singapore I had the worst experience trying to eat
Yeah.
because no vegetarian food ever.
And they're very obnoxious with how they मछली का face निकाल के रख देंगे दुकान में. वो अभी भी है.
वो नहीं देखा मैंने. I did not go to
When
a
I
lot of
was
those
there, it
stores.
was off. Here's a joke, and I thought the girl was lying. In my classmate told me when she went to Singapore, Jain लोग थे, pure veg चाहिए था. They gave अंडा मिला के, and they were looking at the waiters, looking at the family. तुम क्यों चिल्ला रहे हो? Veg ही तो ही है. Like in their heads, this was that. When I went to Singapore, truly, अंडा comes under the veg category. And वो chicken में पता नहीं क्या क्या डाल देते.
Bro, if it was just the egg and egg recipes, I would still eat it. I'm not averse to eggs. But these motherfuckers will add so many different. Like, after the day of the comp, in the evening, we go out. And me and there was another friend of mine from Bangalore itself. He's even a pure vegetarian than me. He's like a hardcore vegetarian.
Oh, no.
So he won't even eat in the places where they cook non-veg. So that was a very hard proposition to find a pure veg food restaurant. He searches it on the Google map. We find like there is a restaurant like 16 kilometers away from us, which we'll have to travel for around 1.5 hours in metro to reach. Fortunately, we abandoned that plan.
Yeah.
But I luckily found a store which was, there are a lot of Tamilians over there.
Yes, ये खाना का business करते हैं. for some reason.
So they had these stores making Indian non-veg and Indian veg food. So I find a nice mushroom paratha there.
Yeah, they do a lot of paratha stuff.
Yes.
Anda paratha and this paratha, that paratha.
So I get mushroom paratha, and then I discover another store where they just had dal and rice. Just
Oh, wow.
dal and
That
rice.
must have felt good. Was it tasty?
Oh, dal and rice, yeah. Once I had it, I was like, I'm back in India. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Before that, I was just eating random things just to keep myself full.
Yeah. Was it spicy?
What, dal rice?
I think Thailand में तो कर दिया होगा ना. They must have chilies.
Thailand नहीं, ये सिंगापुर की बात कर रहा हूँ.
अच्छा.
Thailand में तो we found good places to eat, like Indian places also.
So that was the trip. Now, which country, including Bangalore is in India, but Bangalore, Thailand, and Singapore, which one are you more interested to go back to the most?
Thailand is a great fucking place, man. Like, if you see, there are two kind of people, right? A mountain people and a beach people. And Thailand offers the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
You'll see hills meeting seas,
Yeah.
right? Which is a great thing to see. And just the whole atmosphere there, people in general, they were very nice. So definitely I would want to visit Thailand again, especially Phuket, because it has good training as well. Obviously, I would like to always avoid places where the tourists go
Yeah.
to chill and to hang, places like Patong Beach and all.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll like that. I just want to find a place where I can train,
Yeah.
where I can go engage in legal activities after
Yeah.
that, and then come back.
And even actually living, cost of living, like ये जो बंगले में रहते हैं जिसमें swimming pool होता है, the deal is 25,000. At least after COVID, maybe it's different now, but 25K, and there's a lady comes to clean and stuff. You know, अगर तुम 4-5 लोग जाओ book करो.
Yeah.
Pretty
So
worth it.
Thailand is like India, but a very, I would say, advanced
Yeah.
version of an Indian city, any city
Yeah.
that you take, because you can find that same amount of workforce. Like, it won't be like a US country where people say you can't find people who would come and cook for you,
Yeah.
come and even like as a paid service.
Yeah.
But in Thailand, you'll find that.
Yeah, apparently even in Europe, my uncle was like, wait a minute, why is this lady coming to your house and cooking? So it's a very rich thing to do in their countries. अगर तुमने एक ऐसे full time में रखा हुआ है.
Yeah.
If you say ना कि हाँ मैं ये आती है, what she does?
Cook.
Cook, clean, and she does clothes also.
No, just cook.
ठीक है. तभी if you say that to them, they'll be like, oh, you're a very rich person.
Yeah.
Nah, we're not rich. These people are poor.
Extremely poor, yeah. So that was my experience. Have you been to Thailand? How was your experience?
I've been to Thailand a couple of times. That's the country I've been to the most. The last time I couldn't go, but yeah, COVID से पहले मैं गया.
Where were you saying that you have good friends who can host you? That was Thailand only.
Thailand. So that's Chiang Rai.
अच्छा.
वो ऊपर आता है Chiang Mai के 4 घंटा दूर है बस में. But we can directly fly. And we have friends and we'll have some nice time. And उसके ऊपर I have these friends who have a coffee farm. So Thailand is known for its coffee, and there's a fun story there. Apparently, this Punjabi guy goes there and it makes them grow opium.
अच्छा मुझे लगा सरसों.
So then these guys converted to coffee. So yeah, वहाँ पे बहुत coffee वाले भी हैं. So we probably stay in that farm and enjoy that coffee, brilliant coffee. And then I'm sure they have friends around, so they can connect me someone to Phuket. But yeah, my current एक दो clients है जो I met in Thailand.
Yeah, but even the places there are like so close by. If you take a bus, 4 to 5 hours, you
Yeah.
can reach one place, other place, and the roads are super smooth.
Yeah.
So that is something which I was really impressed by. Like even in India, we have great beaches and all, but the infrastructure to get there is a pain in the ass.
Yes.
Whereas in Thailand, I was hard pressed to find like one bad road.
Yeah.
Like everything is butter smooth.
Did you rent a scooter? Did you do that kind of stuff?
No, again, as I said,
So we need to go back again.
my
and do
friend's
a couple of
car,
things.
and they were just
Yeah.
But I would still feel much more comfortable in the car, bro.
I
Can't roll on scooter,
Yeah.
right? So
Have you noticed the cars are like big vans? Maybe that was not in Bangkok, but in China there is big vans.
they're more vans culture there in general.
Like we won't take the van out if we are going just for afternoon to buy something, right? They will do that. उनका तभी parking जगह है. That's like is the most envious thing, space.
Yeah,
that they have.
bro. Even the jiu-jitsu gyms over there, they had like these big ass roadside spaces
Yeah.
where they have just set these temporary structures,
Yeah.
like not mortar and concrete structures.
Yeah. Oh, just
They-
build it up.
yeah, and just build like a shed overneath over the surface.
Yeah.
And that is pretty good to see because now you can really have a big giant space without investing a lot of money, but the amount of people that you can serve per day is insane.
Nice.
And all there in Muay Thai gyms and Jiu-Jitsu gyms, most of these places are built the same way.
Yeah. Nice. I can't wait. I hope that February is the time we go.
Yeah, next time I can also join you because I definitely want to compete more, and Thailand is has now become like a hub of competition, jiu-jitsu competitions. So I did not know this while I was booking the tickets, but I left on 30th, and there was a competition on the 2nd of December.
Okay.
So if I would have known, I would have just postponed my flight earlier. And I could have done the competition before coming back here. So that would have been 2 competitions, which would have been good. But yeah, next time. There's always a next time.
So, just to finish the conversation, when is the next ADCC? Are you gonna try for it?
The next ADCC, they were saying that it might be in March or April.
Okay.
So around 4 months from now.
Okay.
Definitely I'm going to compete in that. And yes, I'll go with the same attitude. Much better attitude this time, actually.
Alright.
With more belief in me.
Yeah.
With more confidence, I would say, that you can really belong there.
Yeah.
And I hope that we get a better result than the last time.
Yeah.
And I'm also thinking to go like one weight class higher,
Okay.
so that this time I don't need to cut weight.
Okay,
So
okay.
probably I'll compete under 99 next time.
Okay.
Yeah, so be ready to see 100 kg me soon.
Nice. This has been a good
Yeah.
point. Anything else? Do we want to mention UFC 296 of it?
Let's do UFC 296 in the next one. But yeah, 296 is a stacked card. I want Girish to be here so that we can break down some of the fights, some of the good predictions. And yeah, that is going to be a fun episode. So guys, do not miss the next episode. That'll come out early next week because it's next week, right? Or next to next, the UFC 296.
Next to next.
Next to next. Okay, so it will come at the regular time, I guess. And UFC 296 has the main event, Colby Covington versus Leon Edwards. Both of them are beasts of a fighter. We'll talk and break down all of the important fights in the card. Actually, the main card is completely stacked, so we'll talk every fight of the main card. And there are some good stories going into that event. So yeah, and sorry if my voice was not perfect on this episode. I've been under a bout of illness because my body was like, wait, you go. So when I left Delhi, it was still hot here. The weather was still like the day that I left, 14th, it was still hot weather here. Then I go to Bangalore, it becomes pleasant weather. From there, I go to Thailand, it becomes rainy weather.
Okay.
When I come back from Thailand to here, it's extremely fucking cold. Like within 10-15 days, the whole weather has changed here. So my body was like, "Where are you going, bro? Why are you traveling around the fucking four climates
It's giving you the break.
yeah, so quickly?" So I got my well-deserved 3 days of fever rest, and right now I'm still recovering. So my voice is hoarse, my nose is blocked. It's been tough talking through this episode, but sorry, but we made it through. And hope you guys like this episode. Please make sure that you like the video, or if you do not, at least subscribe to the channel so that we can get some good numbers, get more motivated, create more content. And Joe was telling me today we are looking very, very promising in the future because we are going to create a lot more content for you, a lot more exciting stuff, things coming on. So please keep supporting, please keep liking. Joe, if you want to say anything,
Next year is gonna be fun.
next year
This
is
year
going
was
to be fun.
establishing, next year's hitting it.
Yes. So, and if you are a hater, which I hope you're not, I don't know why would you hate on two people just doing their thing. Probably a couple of guys who we have roasted along the way. So, yeah, have fun, guys. Take care. Os. Boom.